Get it right. Get it right.
What is up, guys? It is round 2 of US Drift Pro-Am Series. Round 1 was crazy. It was very chaotic and it was just really hard to film. So a recap for round 1 is that I won the entire seating bracket. I won my first battle in 32, went to 16, and then one more time, and then everything was cut short because of rain, and it was a little confusing, but technically right now I'm like 9th. But 1 through 8 have the same amount of points because the event was canceled. There was some drama that happened, okay? I had to leave the starting line with a car that kind of blew up next to me and I had to chase them in the wet, knowing that there was probably oil everywhere. So anyway, we moved on from that. This is round 2 now and we are at Sebring International Raceway. I'm so excited to drive the Corvette again since coming back from all of my Japan and Malaysia adventures. I'm really excited to see what I can apply and put down on the Corvette now that I did my training with sideways experience as well. Today we have practice and then we go straight into the seating bracket, 2 nights. So wish me luck. I did a really bad job just vlogging in general here. There were so many things going on with the car and myself and just getting everything sorted and together that I stopped filming and focused 100% on the car. In the seating bracket, I had a bye run for my first battle and went straight into the 16 where I battled the RX-7 FD, and I basically, you guys just saw those laps. I essentially took myself out. I was way too aggressive, straightened a bit in the chase, and just way overdid it. It was also nighttime. The track was a lot grippier than I expected it to be, and I took myself out. But because I had a buy run and this was 16, I was still guaranteed into the main event the following day, so thank goodness. We ended up being at the track until like 2 a.m. because throughout the day of practice, I was really struggling getting the car to feel like I wanted. We also were struggling finding the right wheel speed and had some clutch issues that we ended up sorting out, but we were at the track till like 2 a.m. But Donnie got everything sorted and we were good for the next day of competition. And when it came to setup, I decided to just change absolutely everything. We had Chelsea DeNofa in the house. I was talking with him for a while about all the different things that I didn't like that was happening and what we could do about it. So Chelsea gave us a completely new setup and we'll see how it goes the following day.
There's coldness there, there's karma. There's heat, there's flames, there's lava. Volcanic, what can we do against manic? I know what I'd rather. When I pick up the mic, it's power. When I pick up the mic, got powers. When I pick up the mic, it's power. When I pick up the mic, got powers. Pick up the mic, got powers.
Leading against Collete Davis is the Drift H2 commercials. They're going to the first corner. George doing a good job this year. He gets on the line, staying out wide. Collete being a Drift H2 family. They both know plenty about how each other drive. But feel nice about doing a good job kind of not getting as deep as she could, but keeping good momentum and pace through the outside zone. She winds back out again. She turned around the corner. She O'Gara versus Collete Davis. Eric goes in here. Oh, falls off of outer zone 1 and goes in to touch and go 1. Man, that's a huge mistake from Eric O'Gara, but Collete Davis. And able to change part of the track. And it's just keeping a consistent change. Transition. Looks like he is running away with this in zone 3. A little bit of a podium battle. It is Collete Davis. She has a guaranteed spot on the podium, and Eric O'Gara still is in the fight for 3rd place.
Okay, at this point, y'all, your girl is in the finals. I was honestly kind of freaking out, but I was so pumped.
And you know, I gotta say, the lead for lead, it was pretty decent. Now we're going into our finals, though. They just sent him off. Ryan Kaufman in the lead, Collete Davis in the chase. Let's see how they're doing on that outside zone as we look at our cameras here.
No.
Shutting it down. Not sure what's going on with
and I ended up straightening. I was so frustrated. At first I thought that my car just bogged, but now having looked over data, I think I was just on the left foot brake too aggressively. We changed my brake bias so that this was my first time actually being able to use the left foot brake in competition in the Corvette, which is kind of crazy. It was a long time coming, but your girl just used it way too much and I bogged. I totally ruined my lead run, and I felt really bad for that being the finals battle, especially since I ran with Ryan earlier during practice and we had a good run together, and I ruined it. I was still so stoked to just be on the podium, especially with everything we were going through all weekend.
A clean run. Try to lead Ryan in the dust. Hopefully there's no more mechanical issues. She does a good job getting an outside zone. Could be a little bit deeper, but she's at least present there with the back bumper, grazing it. She makes her way through the touch and go very good. Ryan Kaufman falling a little bit behind. Looking to use this.
You've been getting closer, the back of my head, trying to see what's in it, so I let you in. Almost like a war song being apart, so take me to the skies before we hit the ground. If I wait just a minute,
Oh, she's going. Oh! There we go. There we go. Chewy! Come on! Woo! Exactly. Here we are.
Don't tell anyone. There's some left.
Oh, I'm gonna put this back on? Great.
Oh, it's kind of cooling. To even be here right now, though, with all the issues we had yesterday, we're supposed to be first in seating, ended up being last in seating bracket, having to fight every step of the way. Here till 2 a.m. last night, fixing the car. Big thank you to Donnie, Pat, and Chelsea for helping with setup. It's basically a brand new car today, and I'm just stoked that we're here.
Well, you hear it, you made it. You're on the podium, number 2. Make some noise for Collete, everybody.
One of them got.
And there you have it. That was my very first podium in Pro-Am. I am still just taking it all in. I'm so pumped. So many things had to go right, and just consistently showing up and not giving up is what put us on that podium. And because of the results of that weekend, we are currently sitting second in the Pro-Am Championship with 2 events left to go. The next one being somewhat of a home event at Orlando Speed World this weekend. Yeah, just wow. Big shout out and thank you to all of my sponsors that made all of this possible. Like, we had our Texas Speed engine singing, our action clutch was getting really worked all weekend. G-Force GSR banging gears all weekend. Power sending through all my drive shaft shop, carbon drive shaft and axles. I'm still so happy with all of our changes that we made with Holly to go max NA power with our big K&N filter and intake from Holly. And of course, thank you to my main partner on the car this year, which is G-Technic. I've been working with them for years, and they're a big reason why I'm able to show up consistently, get out there, and ultimately get on the podium. So I'm so happy with how far the Corvette has come, and I'm glad we were able to go out with the Corvette on a podium. And what I mean by that is, I didn't know it at the time, but this might possibly be my very last event in the C6 Corvette. Big announcement, big things coming up very soon. Just wanted to leave it with that little hint at the end of the video, and it's also kind of like sinking in, and it's a little sad, but if I were to have a last event with that car. I'm so glad that we got on the podium. I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.
If I wait just a minute.